Welcome to Church Central Cloud. In this tutorial, I will show you how to use the platform to manage your church testimonies. Testimonies are powerful. Testimonies have a very strong influence on your church growth. And it's important that you use this platform to project the testimonies of what God is doing in your church. To do that, you need to go to engagement, yeah, and then you see testimony tab. So you click it. Now, the first thing you see is all the testimonies that are being submitted by your church, because your church members can submit testimonies through the church app on this platform. Okay. Here you will see for this church we are using for demo, these are different testimonies that have been submitted and is awaiting review. Okay. Now, as a church admin, when a church member submits testimonies from their church app, you would receive it here and you can review the testimony, or you can review. So the first thing is to review the testimony, you click that, and then you can see what the testimony is saying. This is a truth testimony. God saved my brother. So you see the testimony here. And what you do here is to either approve only, or approve and publish, or reject. So if the testimony is not clear or the testimony requires a bit more review, then you can put a comment here, and then you can reject or request more information. So for this case, let's approve and publish. Okay. So we approve and publish. So this testimony is now published. Okay. So let's go to the publish, approve and publish tab. So that is the testimony we just published now. Okay, so that is so you can view it here. Yeah, so that's this one just published now. Now you can publish more. So let's go review this one. Okay, let me check this one. Yeah. Okay, so approve and publish. So you go here. So you now have three testimonies here. Okay. So testimonies that people have requested to share live in the church would come in here. Okay, so in this case, you can as well approve it for sharing the church. Yeah, so people can submit their testimonies without opting to share them in the church. Yeah, so you can do that. Rejected testimonies, and then different categories of testimonies that has been shared. So you can see here testimony of salvation, 3, testimonies of healing, 1, testimony of protection, 1. So you can see the different kind of testimonies that God is of what God is doing um, in your church. Now, how do your members share their testimony? Okay. Um, Members can share testimony by by different means. Uh, they can use the QR code, yeah. So you can have a QR code placed, in the testimony section. If you have a testimony review section, or where members can easily access it and just print it here. And what people just do is they scan this testimony QR code and gives them a form where they can just very short form. They put in their name, their details, and then they write the testimony of what God has done for them, and then they send it, and it would appear here. Okay, it would appear on this dashboard, and it can be approved for sharing. The other way you can is to submit testimony for someone. Yeah, so the church admin can submit testimony manually for someone, for someone who cannot, who is not disposed or not able to submit testimonies. The church admin can do that manually here. The other one here is settings. So you can set how your testimony would be published. If you want to allow it public, if you want to allow people to submit anonymous testimonies, which means you don't know who they are, you can set that on. If you want to make that anyone that submits testimony post their name and details, then turn that off. You can allow people to submit images with their testimony, allow video links in the testimony. So maximum image per testimony, you can set that number. You can increase it or reduce it. Yeah. And then you have if testimonies would require approval, you set that up here. If testimony should be auto-published, yeah, so which means you don't need approval before it is published, then you set this on. If not, if you want to always review and approve the testimony before it is published to the public, then you need to leave that off. So notification, new submission of testimony, you want to know about it as a pastor, as admin, notify submitter when the testimony is approved. So this is very important. Yeah. So when a member submits testimony, you that is set up in the system to be notified would be alerted to this. And once the testimony is approved, that member gets notification and by this configuration. Okay. So once you're done, you save that. Now, let's see how your church members can submit testimony through the church app. Okay. Now, excuse me. So the church app uh, is very important, very powerful. So once your church members download the church app, they will receive a code from the church, from this platform, through the settings section. And once they log in, they will see this page. Excuse me. So they will see this page, yeah, and this page enables them to see what God is doing. So stories of faith, yeah. So these are the testimonies that we just submitted. So your members will see stories of faith, of what God is doing, yeah. And here they can share their own testimony, yeah. Share your testimony. The member would put his name, phone number if he wants to, the category of testimony, select that, put your title, write the testimony here. You can add a video of himself. And then if you want to share testimony in the church, just click this. And once that is done, he just clicks submit. And that testimony will appear in the dashboard we just looked at just now, right now. So this is so powerful. This means that you're not going to lose testimonies. Yeah, testimonies would be growing in your dashboard, and people can see over time all the hundreds and thousands of things that God has done in your church. You're not going to lose the memory of what God is doing. And people all over the world that are connected to your church that have the app would be able to see what God is doing in your church over time. This is very, very powerful, and I really, really encourage you to start using the testimony feature on Church Central Cloud. Okay. So thank you for going through this with me, and I hope that you start using the testimony dashboard to really, really create testimonies, encourage members to create testimonies, send across to you, manage the testimonies, store them, send notes, make it available to everyone that is connected to you to see what God is doing. All right. God bless you, and thank you for watching.